Have you ever felt lost at sea in your classroom, like you're sailing without a compass? That's what it's like to teach without clear objectives. We need direction for ourselves and our students. SMART specific objectives are our compass. They guide our teaching, our planning, our assessments, but most importantly, they empower our students to succeed. Think of it like baking a cake. You wouldn't just throw ingredients together and hope for the best, right? You need a recipe, specific steps, and a clear outcome in mind. That's what SMART objectives provide for our teaching. They help us define what success looks like and how we'll get there. When students understand the destination, the journey becomes much clearer. Therefore, students should be made aware of the specific objectives of the lesson from the start of the lesson. They can track their progress, celebrate milestones, and take ownership of their learning. This clarity fosters a sense of purpose, motivation, and achievement. That's the magic of SMART lesson objectives. Let's demystify this acronym, shall we? SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Each element is crucial for creating effective objectives. Let's look at concept of specific. Our specific objectives should be laser-focused. Instead of saying, draw a diagram of the tooth, we might say, students will draw a diagram showing 6 major structures of the vertical section through a tooth. See the difference? Remember the M in SMART stands for measurable? How will we know if students have met the goal? We need concrete ways to measure progress. This could involve rubrics, checklists, or specific criteria for success. Think numbers, percentages, or observable behaviors. In science, for example, the scientific drawing rules could be applied to specific objectives that involves drawing. Additionally, as indicated in the objective stated earlier, stating the number of parts that the students should be able to accurately label helps to make the objective more measurable. Let's now turn our attention to the A in SMART, which represents achievable or attainable. We want to challenge students, but objectives should also be attainable. Consider their current skill levels, resources, and time constraints. Aim for that sweet spot between pushing boundaries and ensuring success. In terms of making our specific objectives relevant, our objectives should align with curriculum standards, students' needs, and the bigger picture of their learning journey. Relevance breeds engagement. When students see the value in what they're learning, they're more likely to invest themselves. Let's dive deeper into the first 2 elements, specific and measurable. Remember our drawing of tooth example? That's a specific goal. We know exactly what students need to achieve. Now let's make it even more measurable. We could say 80% of students will draw a diagram showing 6 major structures of the vertical section through a tooth using the guidelines provided by the scientific rules for drawing. See how that gives us a tangible way to track progress? Think about math class. Instead of saying students will understand fractions, we could say students will be able to add fractions with different denominators with 80% accuracy. This specificity allows us to create targeted lessons and assessments. The power of specific and measurable objectives lies in their clarity. Both teachers and students know what success looks like and how it will be evaluated. This transparency fosters a growth mindset and empowers students to take ownership of their learning. Specific objectives should be achievable and relevant. They should challenge students, but they should also be within their reach. Consider their current skill levels and learning styles. Differentiate objectives and provide support to ensure everyone can succeed. For instance, if we're teaching poetry analysis, we might set an objective that all students can identify 2 literary devices used in the poem. Then, we can have extension activities for students ready for a deeper dive, like analyzing the impact of those devices on the poem's meaning. Relevance is equally important. Students need to see the purpose behind their learning. Connect objectives to their interests, real-world applications, or future aspirations. Let's say we're teaching about renewable energy. We could have students research and present on how renewable energy sources are used in their community. This makes the learning relevant to their lives and empowers them to become agents of change. Lastly, let's turn our attention to the T in SMART, which represents time-bound. Our objectives need a deadline. This creates a sense of urgency and helps us stay on track. Depending on the objective, our time frame could be a 1 session of a 2-session class period, 5 to 15 minutes, or even the entire lesson. For example, we might say, by the end of this lesson, Students will be able to identify the main parts of a plant cell and their functions. This gives us a clear time frame to work within. But SMART objectives are more than just check marks on a to-do list. They have the power to transform learning experiences. When used effectively, they create a dynamic and engaging learning environment where students are active participants in their growth. Now let's explore the magic of SMART lesson objectives. Imagine a classroom where students are excited to learn, motivated to achieve, and confident in their abilities. This isn't a far-off dream, it's the magic of SMART objectives in action. When we set clear, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound objectives, we provide our students with a roadmap to success. They know where they're going and how to get there. This clarity empowers them to take ownership of their learning and strive for their personal best. As educators, we play a crucial role in guiding students on their learning journey. By embracing SMART objectives, we equip them with the tools and support they need to navigate the path to success. Let's embrace the power of SMART and unlock the limitless potential within each of our students.